Welcome, friends. Today's topic is potential great deals. Automation is the key. So I'm going to show you how we're going to be able to identify great deals and analyze them in seconds. Why? Because automation is the key. So what I'm going to show you is things that you need to look at when looking for deals. It is very simple. All you need to know is three numbers. I'm going to tell you what those are. Number one, ARV. How much are you going to be able to sell the property once you do the rehab? Number two, what's the estimate on the rehab? And number three, how much are you going to pay for the property? And that's going to be driven based on your exit strategy. If you do a flip, a rental, a wholesale. So in a nutshell, you need three numbers to analyze a deal. So that is the ARV, number two, the estimate for the rehab, and number three, how much you need to pay for the property. Now, the next question is, where do you find these great deals and how do you automate this process? Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing on off-market deals. So these are deals that are technically not for sale. They are off-market. So we're going to be talking about bank-owned properties. So these are properties that the bank has foreclosed on. Okay, so now the bank is not in the business of real estate. The bank is in the business of lending. So they are going to dispose of these properties. What it means is that these banks are going to send these properties off to auctioning platforms such as Hubzu, auction.com, and so forth. The cool thing is that you need to be able to analyze these deals so quickly, and the best thing of all is that we can pull them, we can help you buy those properties directly from the bank. So let me show you how this happens. We're going to log on to ChicagoDealVault, and then I'm going to click on Shadow Inventory and then Target. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this week we got about 1,000 properties, bank-owned properties. Okay, so now how do you automate this finding of great deals? How do you identify properties that make sense, right? So very simple. First of all, you need to know what areas you're going to be focusing on. Okay, so what I usually like to do is I'm going to filter by county. Okay, so I'm going to click on the county and then I'm going to type in Cook. Okay, so I just want to look at properties in Cook County. The next thing is I'm going to click on search. Boom, we found 313 properties. The next thing is I'm going to put them on the map. Okay, so I'm going to click right here, map view. So what's going to allow me to do is identify the location of these properties visually, right? Because when you look at properties by the street, it is hard. So it is best to look at the properties on the map. So once we look at the map, then we're going to be able to focus laser beam into the areas that makes the most sense. And given the crisis that we're going through with the coronavirus, we need to focus on areas that are more affluent, like B areas, A areas, rentals, right? Because those areas are being hit the least. People who live in C areas, D areas, meaning those areas are primarily, we have hourly workers who are going to be potentially losing their job in the near future. Therefore, at this point, we're focusing on B, A areas. Okay, so now that we have all these properties, bank-owned properties, over 300. So how do you find great deals? So as you can see, so we have Chicago, downtown, and there are a lot of properties in the south suburbs. So what I like to focus on is I start on the north, right? So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. So right here. So for instance, I go here, Stone Park. We have Bellwood. Bellwood is Hillside. So these are areas very strong for rents. Berkeley, that's a great area for rents. Hillside. So here, the way to analyze a property is you just click on the property. We're gonna view the property, and then remember we're gonna be looking at three numbers. So this property, we could buy it for $142,000. That's how much the bank is going to sell it for. Okay, so that is one thing that is really important for us to know. But most importantly, we need to know three numbers. The first one is the ARV. How much can you sell this property for? So you sell this property for, once you've done all the rehab, between 176 to 195, okay? The second number that you need to know is how much are you gonna put into this property? So this property is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,200 square feet. So based on this property size and this location in Hillside, assuming it's a light to medium rehab, we're gonna be spending between 20 to 30,000 on this property, okay? But this is again an estimate. You always need to look at the property from the inside. So the next number that is the most important, and this is where most investors make a mistake, is how much are you gonna pay for the property? So here, depending on your exit strategy, if you do a flip, you need to pay 106. But look at this, the bank is selling this for 142. So it's not gonna happen, right? Nor do you wanna do a flip in this time because it's just gonna sit in the market. If you wanna do a rental, the most you should pay is 124, wholesale 96. So guess what, friends? This is not a good deal. Why? Because the most we should pay for this property should be 124. And even if you're going to do a rental, you should aim to pay the flip price. Why? So that you have two exit strategies handy. If you make up your mind and you decide, well, I'm not gonna rent, I wanna flip it. If you buy it for 124, guess what? You don't have a chance to do a flip. Therefore, this is not a good deal, okay? Number-wise, it's very simple. So this is how you can analyze deals like in seconds. Now, let's look at other rental markets that are strong, like Bellwood, right? Bellwood is a very strong rental market. So we have one for 135. Another one is for 100. Let's take a look at this one, 100. So having shown you how I can quickly analyze the deal is, this is how I do it. So the bank is asking for 100. This is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,000 square feet. The most you should pay is 90 for a flip, 106 for a rental, 82 for a wholesale. So this property does make sense, right? Because it's for sale for 100. If we pay 100, we can for sure do a rental and we might be able to do a flip, right? But right now is not the time to do flips. So this could be a great deal. And then the assumption is obviously that the rehab is light to medium. Based on the square footage of this property and location, we can spend up to 25,000. Okay, so you always have to look at the property from the inside. So this is a quick and easy way to know your numbers, and we're giving them, right? So you don't need to think, work, create, nothing. It's all in front of you. So you should analyze a property in seconds, okay? So how do you automate this process? Very simple. Every week we get about 1,000 properties. So last week we got 1,200. This week we got 1,032. So consistently, you can just every Tuesday get into the system. We're gonna send you an alert. Once we get the new inventory, you can just map them up and then look at the areas that make the most sense for your investment purposes, right? B, C areas, A areas, and based on that, just quickly analyze, obviously keeping in mind the three numbers. But right off the bat, you see how much a property is for sale, you know how much you should pay for it, your max offer. You cannot go beyond that because otherwise you're going to compromise your profit and you can potentially lose money. So you've got to make sure that you stay within those numbers. And most importantly, what we're doing for all our members in DealVault is we are going to dedicate a virtual assistant for you. All you need to do is, if you don't have time to access DealVault, it doesn't matter. Why? Because guess what? We are going to dedicate somebody to find great off-market deals for you. Not only that, but we're going to analyze the deals for flip, for rental. We're going to even send you the owner's contact information, which is huge. So friends, even if you don't have time to do this, we are going to do that for you. We're going to dedicate a VA that can help you find deals. All you need to do is send us your areas and we'll be happy to help you. We want to make sure that you are successful today. Regardless of your current situation, we're going to be helping you finding great off-market deals. Because guess what? The pros have three things in common. Number one, they have a great deal. Number two, they understand basic analysis. And number three, they have funding. But they have funding because they have a great deal, right? So I want to make sure that you have basic understanding of analysis, which I just show you, and we're going to help you find great deals. So I want to make sure there's nothing on the way standing for your success. Thank you, friends, for joining today, and I look forward to seeing you at our next online event. Thank you.